you can have a product that can truly change someone's life, I think that's an incredibly powerful product. I can't tell you how long we put into research and development for this. Most liquid carnitine is around 1,500 milligrams. We have a 2,000 milligram blend of 4 different types of liquid carnitine. We also have GBB, so you're actually going to be burning fat after you consume this product. This is going to make you sweat. This is going to make you not want to stop. You are going to perform like you've never performed before, and I can promise you that.
Live from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Welcome, sim racing fans, to the Core Racing League Premier Series live on Racecraft TV. Happy they could join us on this beautiful Sunday evening. I'm your host, Joshua Lee. Joining me alongside is Jordan Hicks. And Jordan, we're here at the beautiful Myrtle Beach Speedway, one of the most historic tracks in the history of NASCAR. And you can see a very tight track, only 0.538 miles here at the track, and it's shaped a lot like Richmond, a bit of a curved front straightaway. These guys are going to have a lot of challenges behind the wheel of their Arca Menards Chevrolet Impalas here tonight.
You know, definitely we've seen from practice earlier that a lot of the cars have actually completely spun their cars out in the turns, so definitely going to be mind setting into going into each turn. But as we look at the length, it's a 0.538 mile track, so definitely going to be looking forward to this race here tonight.
And the championship also starting to heat up. There's the top three currently in our points standings. Brandon Mettler trying to pull away with that points lead, but he holds it with 140, but he's only 2 points ahead of Carl Handwerk, who currently has second place at 138, and then Chris Hamilton with 127. So the points definitely starting to heat up, and it's going to be a very interesting night of action here on Racecraft TV as we get ready to take a look at that starting grid. Qualifying just finishing on up, and we're going to be ready to go here for tonight's race. It is 125 laps around the Myrtle Beach Speedway with the Arca Menards Chevrolet Impalas. Now remember, each race here in the Core Racing League Premier Series has a different car track combo, so we're going to see a lot of uniqueness here this year and this season from the Core Premier Series as we get ready to take a look at our starting grid for tonight's race. Jonathan Platt will lead the field to the green flag with Nick Nickerson in second. Adam Jones in third. Fourth is Kevin Foster. Fifth, Michael Campbell. Sixth, Brandon Mettler. Seventh, Carl Handwerk. Eighth, Mark Thomas. Ninth, Bennett Allen, with Christopher Hamilton rounding out your top 10. Terry Kondos in 11th. Dylan McDonald in 12th. Josh Gajewski in 13th. He's making his series debut once again here tonight in the Premier Series. Willie Evernham in 14th. Matt Crockett in 15th. Paul Butler 16th. Eric Andrews 17th. Alan Slight, another new name, in 18th. Patrick Cooney 19th with Dan Heisey, another new name, rounding out your top 20 with David Castelli, Jimmy Covert, Dave Lohr, Derek Sherman, and John Crane rounding out your top 25 with Mason Smith, Tim Thompson, Joshua Belitter, and Brock Varese rounding out your total 29 car field for today's race. And the grid just starting to form its way up as we get ready for what is set to be a very exciting race tonight. And Jordan, you talked about all of the spinning that happened during practice. These guys are going to need to calm themselves down if they want to have a long, successful race. It's 125 laps, definitely not a sprint by any means. What are these drivers going to have to do to make sure that they can keep the car under him for the entire duration of tonight's race?
Definitely going to have to actually keep the car straight, and as they go into every single turn, they're going to have to keep a mindset of, if they go too low and they tap the apron, the car has a chance of spinning out, and that could cause a tremendous wreck and pull out the caution. But depending on how some drivers take it, they may run the outside or they may run the inside, depending on how they felt in practice. And a lot of these drivers, I'm pretty sure, have some setups that are in the cars that are set for this track, but they're pulling out on the track for the pace lap as we're getting ready to go green shortly here. at Myrtle Beach Speedway.
2 laps of pacing here tonight, as it is a short track, shorter than a mile. So on iRacing, it requires 2 pace laps at the beginning of the race before we go green, as opposed to 1. And we're getting ready to go racing. A small little 3-wide salute for everybody here watching on Racecraft TV. Last week, they were in the Dirt Pro late models around the Cedar Lake Speedway. And that was an exciting race, and we continue on with the Premier Series now in a brand new track, a brand new car combo. And we're going to be heading to a lot of great different race tracks here on the series as the point standings start to heat up. It's a battle for the lead. 2 points separate the top 2 currently on the racetrack. And it's time to get going as we get ready to go racing. On the pole is Jonathan Platt to his outside. It's the 2 of Nickerson. We're underway from Myrtle Beach. A great start for Jonathan Platt in the 43s. They make their way into turn 1. The 2 car going to settle into second place currently, but out in front, it's still that 43. So they race down the back straightaway. Small battle looking on further back. That is the 8 car on the back bumper of the 46 of Adam Jones. They're currently 3rd and 4th on the racetrack as we take a look at the 55 of Myrtle. 1 car around further back. That looks to be Bennett Allen in the wall in the 24. Not sure who else was involved in that, but we'll take a look at the replay.
You know, first caution already.
No caution, still green on the racetrack. Just 1 car getting up into the barriers, and it looks like just gets loose. It looks like that was the 54 he might have collected there as well.
Doesn't look like it was too bad, as he's probably going to take it nice and slower on the turn, but you know, we're still under green, which is kind of surprising actually. Very surprised they didn't pull out the caution. And you know, lap 3 already.
We do have a caution out on the racetrack. So caution is out for the first time tonight. And only 3 laps into tonight's race. We're going to take a short break here on Racecraft TV, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, more action from the Core Premier Series here at Myrtle Beach.
We needed more.
More from our bodies.
More from our minds.
So we went on a mission.
To study the top level of performance across every competitive playing field.
To find what fuels the highest level of athletes, businessmen, and gamers.
Through intense trials across every competitive landscape, we found that there were 5 undeniable principles that help your body operate at the highest level of peak performance all the time.
Focus. The ability to visualize and execute with precision. Focus is the single most important component when it comes to performance.
We combined multiple choline sources, including alpha GPC, choline bitartrate, along with L-tyrosine to help boost mental performance.
Recovery.
We need to take you from 5% to 100% as fast as possible. Bounce back with nourishing BCAAs.
For body and mind. Energy.
Fuel to get the job done. Answer the bell with confidence that you'll be able to attack with energy and intensity.
We mix a blend of instant and sustained release caffeine to light a fire with
300 milligrams of GO.
Stamina.
The willpower to see it to the end.
But true stamina is coming back day after month after year. We incorporated L-carnitine to deliver energy on a cellular level, with betaine anhydrous and taurine augmenting those effects.
Hydration. Sports science was built on hydration, and it's no secret why.
That's why we added a blend of electrolytes to help sustain performance. We tried all of the other energy drinks. They may help you stay awake, but not much else. We combined all 5 pillars of performance into one single form.
Focus.
Recovery.
Energy,
Stamina.
and hydration. We call it Refresh Technology.
And it delivers more.
Welcome back to the Myrtle Beach Speedway, working lap number 7 of 125. Currently under caution here for the Core Premier Series, the Arc of Menard Series Chevrolet Impalas from the Myrtle Beach Speedway here tonight. And we're already 7 laps down, 125 laps on the docket for tonight. So still a long way left to go as the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car pulls it back into the safety of pit lane, and Jonathan Platt in the 43 leads us to the green flag, and we are back underway here at Myrtle Beach, and already a good gap forming between first and second place right now. That's Platt leading ahead of Nickerson, Jones, Foster, and Metler, your current top 5. As we hop on back to a couple battles going on further back, and another caution is out on the racetrack. Not sure exactly where. Looks like maybe the 64 got involved. Oh no, there it is, the 48, David Castelli involved with the 94 of Brock Varese. 2 cars around into the barriers in turns 1 and 2. Not sure exactly how the incident started. We'll see if we can find it. I believe Brock Varese might have just went into that incident. Not exactly trying to go into the incident, but it doesn't look like we can find the replay of that. So just a wreck going into turn number 1. It seems like the 94 into the wall along with the 51, or sorry, the 48 of David Castelli. So the 48 and the 94 involved in that wreck, and it looks like they're both in pit lane currently, or Varese is still on the racetrack. But you can see that an immense amount of damage to the front end of that 94 machine. So he's definitely going to make his way down pit road, and he will this time by. So into pit road goes Varese. As it looks like Christopher Hamilton also is in the pit lane. He was also involved in this incident. He's going to come out side by side with the 48 of Castelli, but nobody else choosing to come down pit road just yet. And it looks like the 51 of Derek Sherman's going to grab a lap back. He's getting waved around the pace car behind the wheel of that Home Depot number 51 Chevy Impala. Great seeing a lot of throwback schemes here tonight because, as everybody knows, the Arkham Menards Chevrolet Impalas are pretty much carbon copy replicas of the old Chevy Impalas that were raced in the NASCAR Cup Series for a few years, and as well as the NASCAR Xfinity Series, then the NASCAR Nationwide Series. So a lot of people know these cars as sort of a bit of a throwback, as well as the vintage cars that we see here every Monday night on Racecraft TV. So these guys electing for some throwback schemes. A throwback number 43 Cheerios Dodge paint scheme for Jonathan Platt. And there was a couple other throwback schemes a little bit further on back in the pack. And we'll highlight those as we go on through tonight's race. And another one, that 55, a more recent paint scheme, but a Sinclair paint scheme reminiscent of an Arkham Menards Series car that is now fairly well known as Sinclair, being a sponsor of Venturini Motorsports and the 55 team. But it looks like the lights are going to come out on the pace car. Yes, they will, and we're going to be going back to racing. Still single file restarts just to minimize the amount of wrecks we're going to have coming out of cautions. And Jordan, we're only a handful of laps in. We haven't gotten more than, I think, a 2 or 3 lap green flag run. These guys need to settle into a race. How can they exactly do that and settle into a groove with all the wrecks going on?
Definitely have to be more cautious of their surroundings on the track, as every time they enter a corner, I feel like they want to just go for it, but they always got to think what could happen. As we're going green here at Myrtle Beach Speedway, going on lap 14 or 13, I'm pretty sure. And the 43 car has a pretty solid restart up against the 2 car of Nick Nickerson. And, you know, coming back on the front stretch, it seems like these drivers have the track nailed down so far, but of course tire usage could definitely affect them throughout the race.
Yeah, and you can see on our timing tower those gaps currently. The top 20 separated by about 8 seconds. Seems like everybody just being patient, running single file, but here comes the 2 now looking to battle for the lead with the 43, battle for first. Now the real question is, what exactly is going to happen between these two, because you can see Nickerson in the 2 right on that back bumper, but what is he willing to do so early on to try and get that lead? Is he willing to go big right now, or is he going to buy his time? Let's go on board with the 2 here for a few laps.
Definitely gaining on the 43 car of Jonathan Platt. As you can take a look at the onboard, as he's right up bumper to bumper with him, going back onto the front stretch.
Caution is out back on the racetrack. I'm not sure exactly where. Looks like we might have an incident with Matt Crockett. See if we can grab that quick replay. So there's Matt Crockett. Currently taking a look at him in the 10 and contact behind. And he had to counter steer and up into the wall he went. Very unfortunate for the 10, but it looked like there might have been an incident happening further up as well. Let's go on board. No, it just looks like he got a tap from behind. And that was all it took for the 10 of Matt Crockett to get spun around into the wall. But we do have, it looks like, pit stops going on the racetrack. So let's go back live and take a look at who's coming down into the pit lane. That could have been a handful of damaged cars. It looks like Dylan McDonald entered the pits. Eric Andrews entered the pits. It looks like Patrick Cooney as well. They might have gotten some damage maybe under the green flag or maybe also during that incident. It looked like there might have been smoke happening further on up, which is why I think there might have been another incident here to bring out that caution. But nonetheless, that is going to be the third caution of the night. Looks like maybe a little bit of damage to the 38 of Dylan McDonald as he paces down the front straightaway. We'll give a quick look over to Eric Andrews in the 9. No, it doesn't look like any damage on. So it looks like maybe these guys are taking some early strategy calls, Jordan. Possibly getting those fresh tires on and a fresh can of fuel and getting back out on the racetrack.
Definitely, hopefully, that they can get new tires for all the drivers that are in the pits right now, because it's definitely going to help them out throughout the track, because, you know, going into those turns, they definitely don't want to just slide up, because then it'll just ruin their whole race. Possibly throw them in the back and then just end of the night right there. But, you know, everyone seems like they're looking pretty solid at the start. And, you know, the 43 of Jonathan Platt and the 2 car of Nick Nickerson having some pretty nice battles so far here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. And can't wait to go green here again.
And they're still pacing behind the iRacing.com pace car. We're going to take a very short break to thank a few sponsors here for the Core Racing League on Racecraft TV. But don't go anywhere. About less than a minute, we'll be back with the restart here from Myrtle Beach Speedway in the Core Premier Series.
Welcome to our music festival. Welcome to our music festival.
We're going back green this time by field. Double file for the first time tonight on a restart. We welcome you back here to the Myrtle Beach Speedway. The Core Premier Series, Arca Menards, Chevrolet Impalas tonight on the racetrack. They work on lap 22 of 125 under the caution right now, but we're ready to go back to racing. And there is the leader, Jonathan Platt, gets going quick. 1 car around further back. I don't know who that is. That looked like Mark Thomas around. Bennett Allen involved.
Bringing out a caution already as we just went green. You can see the 50 car and the 24 car. We're going to try and get a replay up right now. Take a look at what happened.
So Mark Thomas in the 50. Oh, it looked like he might have missed a shift. That car just immediately stopped and absolutely nowhere for the 94 to go. Okay, we're going to grab another look at that incident, and I want to see if he missed a shift. We're going to go on board, and we're going to try and listen to what happened here. On board, Mark Thomas in the 50. I'm wondering if he might have had some hardware issue there, Jordan, because it sounded like just the throttle completely stopped working. Didn't even sound like a missed shift.
You know, that or I don't really know, to be honest with you, because from past experience, you know, downshifting can possibly be a thing and it completely spins your car out. But from what we just saw, I don't even really know what would even happen.
Well, taking another look here up at the front. Jonathan Platt has led every single lap tonight as 1 car goes around the outside. That is the number 10 machine of Matt Crockett. He's going to grab his lap back after using a fast repair a little bit earlier on. After his incident he had in turn number 1, he's going to get his lap back. So he's now going to be back onto the lead lap, racing once again with the leaders. But Platt still leads. Nickerson in second, Adam Jones third, Kevin Foster fourth, with Brandon Mettler rounding out your top five. And when we went into tonight, we, of course, were taking a look at the top three in the point standings, and they're back up on your screen now. Brandon Mettler currently leads your point standings. He sits fifth right now behind the wheel of the number 15. Carl Handwork is currently in that 18 car. He sits sixth on the racetrack. He is second in points, 2 behind, and where he runs right now, he's looking to gain at least 1 point on the current points leader, Brandon Mettler. And then Chris Hamilton currently sits in third. He's 13 points back in the point standings, but where he runs right now, he's running 23rd. He's going to need a bit of a better finish than 23rd at the end of the night if he wants to gain more spots on the leaders in the point standings. But that point standing still definitely a run for Carl Handwork and Chris Hamilton, assuming that no mistakes are made from Brandon Mettler. He can try and get some points back, but right now, all of those points championship leaders currently are running great on the racetrack. We expect to see the 23rd spot car, the 64, Christopher Hamilton, up front in a few laps, as he is known to be running up front, especially in the Premier Series, and he knows his way around these short tracks. So we'll see if Christopher Hamilton can work his way back up to the front, but we're ready to go back to racing. Working lap number 27 of 125. Back to green once again here from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. The 43, Jonathan Platt, leads him to the green.
Green.
Already spacing out between second and third. That's Adam Jones. And Kevin Foster is going to have a lot of work to do. Here comes the 18 of Carl Handwork down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's looking for a spot. One car up into the wall. That's the 15 of Brandon Mettler. He's going to lose multiple spots as here comes the 55 of Michael Campbell to the inside. But we out back up to this battle for third. The battle for fourth as Handwork still working the inside of the 8 car.
A lot of close battles going on right now as drivers are right on the wall and, getting close to a point where some may need to back off, but, Platt has a tremendous lead, but Nickerson's right there beside him right now. So the gap for the first and second position is literally nothing, as they are bumper to bumper right now. Nickerson trying to go on the outside up on the front stretch, but Jonathan Platt is going to remain in P1 going into turns 1 and 2.
And we're taking a look back from the gearbox onto the number 2. Can he get around him? We work lap 31 of 125. Still a little less than 100 laps to go. 95 to be precise here tonight, as they just continue to work on those front cars. And here comes third position, but caution is out on the racetrack. Thomas is around somewhere on the track. We'll go to a replay, see exactly what happened. There's one car damaged behind these guys as well. Who is that? That's the 001 of Patrick Cooney. What on earth happened to him? The entire tire's up on the shock.
A lot of weird cautions being put out here today.
This is the incident with Cooney. So here's the 001. It goes into the corner with the 48. Oh my goodness, that was very light contact, but it's another thing. This is the new iRacing damage model, and it looks like just that slight contact gave that front tire, the front left tire, just put it up in the air. I don't think he was running the 001, was running with that front tire. Could just be a graphical glitch, but either way, that is damage that is going to need to be repaired. So multiple incidents happening there as we went back under caution. Your leader is still Jonathan Platt in the 43. Is he going to come down pit road? Is this the opportunity? No, it's not. He's going to stay on the racetrack. And we're going to take a quick break here on Racecraft TV. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to go back to racing. Green flag underway from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Don't go anywhere.
We needed more.
More from our bodies.
More from our minds.
So we went on a mission.
to study the top level of performance across every competitive playing field.
To find what fuels the highest level of athletes, businessmen, and gamers.
Through intense trials across every competitive landscape, we found that there were 5 undeniable principles that help your body operate at the highest level of peak performance all the time.
Focus. The ability to visualize and execute with precision. Focus is the single most important component when it comes to performance.
We combined multiple choline sources, including alpha GPC, choline bitartrate, along with L-tyrosine to help boost mental performance.
Recovery.
We need to take you from 5% to 100% as fast as possible. Bounce back with nourishing BCAAs.
For body and mind. Energy.
Fuel to get the job done. Answer the bell with confidence that you'll be able to attack with energy and intensity.
We mix a blend of instant and sustained release caffeine to light a fire with
300 milligrams of GO.
stamina.
The willpower to see it to the end. But true stamina is coming back day after month after year. We incorporated L-carnitine to deliver energy on a cellular level, with betaine anhydrous and taurine augmenting those effects.
Hydration. Sports science was built on hydration, and it's no secret why.
That's why we added a blend of electrolytes to help sustain performance. We tried all of the other energy drinks. They may help you stay awake, but not much else. We combined all 5 pillars of performance into one single form.
Focus.
Recovery.
Energy,
Stamina.
and hydration. We call it Refresh Technology.
And it delivers more.
Back underway here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Just went green 1 lap ago, as your leader is still Jonathan Platt, but the entire field starting to get bunched up further back here. And the 43 still leads the way, but this top 3 close together, all trying to race right now. The 46 now joining this fight. 3-car battle for the lead as they work their way through turn 4.
Definitely going to make for some close battles right here going into turn 1 with all of your top 3. And you know, the 43 car just looks like he's really dominant, which is Jonathan Platt of the 43 car. But Nick Nickerson is not too far behind. As you can see, the gap is, it's a very, very small gap, as they're literally bumper to bumper going through turn after turn. But going on the back stretch, it seems like they're all staying in a certain spot, but Nickerson keeps looking like he's trying to make a move, but the 43 car of Platt still remains in P1, as going on to lap 41 here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. And you know, a lot of great racing tonight, and hope to see some more great battles.
And we're still following this battle for the lead right now as they work their way out of turn 4. Lights starting to come on here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway as the sun goes down, and we go from late evening sim time to night sim time. Track going to start to cool off a little bit more. These guys are going to start to get a little bit more confident as they start to feel more grip in those tires. So here they come out of turn number 4, working on to lap number 44. And we're nearing into halfway through this race, about 20 laps away from halfway. And it's going to be a race to the end from there. We've seen a lot of cautions earlier on, and we'll see how many we see in the last half of this race. But right now, definitely seems to be cleaned up racing as they work their way onto lap 45. We'll see how many battles we got going on further back here, as I look like there might have been a pass going on up here. Looks like a pass for second. Adam Jones looking to the inside of the 2. Not able to get there, however. And that is going to keep the 46 in third place as the 2 tries to work on the lead. Here comes another dive from the 46, not having enough room to go all the way down to the inside. We'll make our way further back here. Small battle going on. It looks like it's between the 55, the 8, and the 15, but we have another caution on the racetrack. Derek Sherman, it looks like, might have gotten involved. Wondering what happened there with Sherman. It said he was off track. And Dylan McDonald just dropped all the way down the order. Very confused at what happened here. Doesn't look like in our event list. Oh, the 2 cars coming down pit road. That was a quick pit stop from the 2. He's making his way down pit road. So is the 8 of Kevin Foster. So multiple cars making their way down into the pit lane. And we'll get all the post-pit lane info for you guys, for all of you watching on Racecraft TV right after this short break. And you're watching the Core Premier Series from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. It's the ARCA Menard Series cars from the Myrtle Beach Speedway tonight here for round number 3 of the championship. Stay with us.
Welcome to our music festival, Myrtle. Welcome to our music festival, Myrtle.
Anytime you can have a product that can truly change someone's life, I think that's an incredibly powerful product. I can't tell you how long we put into research and development for this. Most liquid carnitine is around 1,500 milligrams. We have a 2,000 milligram blend of 4 different types of liquid carnitine. We also have GBB, so you're actually going to be burning fat after you consume this product. This is going to make you sweat. This is going to make you not want to stop. You are going to perform like you've never performed before, and I can promise you that.
Welcome back to the Myrtle Beach Speedway as we work lap number, I believe lap number 46 on the racetrack as we continue under caution tonight. And just waiting on that green flag to work its way back out. And currently leading the way is still the 43 of Jonathan Platt, and he has led since the drop of the green flag. And right now, he's doing a great job leading the way in the 43. Adam Jones has assumed second place after the 2 other cars up here in this front battle. And Handwork is now in third, Campbell fourth, and Brandon Metler in fifth. But the 2 cars that came down pit road were the 2 and the 8. They're now sitting in 19th and 20th, 17 and 16 spots down, respectively, from where they both started tonight. So they're now way down the order, going to have to fight their way through traffic. But they're on those fresh Goodyear tires that, Jordan, we know fresh tires are very important, especially in short track racing. These front guys have not come down pit road yet tonight.
It's definitely going to make for some interesting battles as, you know, the 43 car of Jonathan Platt has not gone into the pits yet at all this race. And, you know, we're about to go back green with the 43 car in P1 and the 46 of Adam Jones in P2 as they are side by side, and the 43 just accelerates off the restart and is gone into turns 1 and 2 going on the backstretch.
Oh my, a lot of battles going on further back. It looks like they were getting 3 wide. That's Michael Campbell with the 15 and Brandon Metler down to his inside. Is he going to try and complete the pass? Look at Carl Handwork up there. He's battling for second right now on the racetrack as well. All of them trying to gain any positions they can currently on the racetrack. We'll get that timing tower up once again and take a look. Right now, Platt leads the way. Adam Jones in second, but Handwork was working to try and get by him down that front straightaway. More battles going on further back. It's Mason Smith. Sorry, it's further up ahead. It's the Bennett Allen in the 24 going head-to-head with the 68. Now here comes the 6 of Mason Smith to the inside of the 68 of Paul Butler. Not able to get there further back. Right behind this battle, that's Josh Gajewski in the 36 up on the outside line. On the inside, that's the 32 of Terry Kondas. Is Gajewski now going to take over in top 10? He's now trying to pass the 6, but he's up into the wall. He gets pinched up there by the 32. Keeps it on all 4 tires. Doesn't get it turned around, but now that's going to lose him a few spots. He's down to 12th. Oh, caution is out on the racetrack also once again. We're not sure who's involved just yet. Just looks like a yellow flag was called on the racetrack. I believe it might have been the 001 of Patrick Cooney. Doesn't look like it. Nobody dropped so harshly down the order, so I'm definitely curious at what exactly happened to bring out this caution. Lap number 56 of 125, but there's a few cars coming down pit lane. That looks to be Bennett Allen, Paul Butler, Mason Smith. Kevin Foster's in once again. Christopher Hamilton, David Castelli. A couple cars that have already been down pit road a few times today are making their way down pit lane once again. We'll take a look at all these pit stops happening. Foster with the first pit stall. The furthest down pit stall, I should say. Bennett Allen in. Hamilton in. Butler, Smith. Butler's already out. Smith is already out as well. Looks like we might have seen some two-tire stops or some fuel-only stops for a couple of these guys as they're already down and away back onto the racetrack. We might be seeing some fuel mileage games happening now. I don't know if they can make all 125 laps on fuel. They might be betting they can make it on tires. Jordan, is that a good idea, trying to make it all the way on tires, especially at a short track like this?
In my opinion, I would say no, because the last thing you want is you being in a very good position for yourself and then your car just runs out of fuel, and it's probably one of the most embarrassing things that could happen. So personally, I would go fuel and then worry about tires a little later, because you can still maneuver your way, obviously, around the track. And so, definitely, I would pick fuel over tires anytime.
Well, still working behind the iRacing.com pace car. Jonathan Platt still leads the way. Adam Jones in second. Carl Handwerk third. Brandon Mettler fourth, with Michael Campbell rounding out your current top 5 on the racetrack. And as we work on lap number 59, we're nearing halfway through this race. And that halfway mark is going to be important, because we've seen a lot of cautions earlier on, and we saw a bit of a longer green flag run. These past 2 green flag runs were some of the longest we've had all night. So definitely these guys starting to get the hang of the track. They're starting to get their groove in. We're not seeing a lot of incidents like we saw earlier on. Jordan, if you're out there on the racetrack right now, how safe are you driving to make sure that we can have these long green flag runs? Because the long green flag runs can possibly separate who has the fast cars versus who has the slower cars in terms of long run speed.
Definitely would try and keep it safe to a minimum, but race hard at the same time. And I'm pretty sure everyone can say this, I'd pick the inside line because it's a shorter way around the track. But we are about to go green on lap 60 here at Myrtle Beach Speedway, and the 43 car just launches off the restart, which is Jonathan Platt going into turns 1 and 2. A little bit of a car scraping the wall. Not too sure who that was, but it didn't pull out the caution as they are on the backstretch right now. The 46 car of Adam Jones fighting with Jonathan Platt of the 43 car, going on to lap 62 on the front stretch here at Myrtle Beach.
And here he goes down to the bottom of the racetrack. Adam Jones looking for the lead for the first time ever. We might have a lead change tonight for Jonathan Platt. They get loose coming off at turn 2. Here comes Carl Handwerk now to join the fight. This is a 3-car battle for the lead. They work their way out of turn 4. A little bit of a battle going on between the 02 and the 55 further back, but Platt had 2 cars all trying to get the lead away from him. He's now trying to pull back away as he works the gap now. The 02 of Alan Slight gets by this group. Nickerson, Campbell, Condas now going battling as Campbell gets tapped by Condas into the inside wall. No caution as they work lap 64. So lap 64 of 125, we saw a possible lead change for the first time tonight. Did not happen as they worked their way back onto back into turn 1 and 2, back onto the back straightaway. What a move Adam Jones tried to make. You could see right where they made contact on that 43, right on that number on the left side. And around almost went the 46. They got very loose as we keep up this battle. 3 cars now all trying to take the lead. It's Handwerk, Jones, and Platt. Platt has led since the drop of the green flag. Jones trying to take it away from him, and Handwerk, who has won last week on dirt in the Pro Late Models, trying to take the lead. Looks like Adam Jones trying to go back to the inside, just could not get that move made as they work their way to the back straightaway once again. Jones is so close, but he still has to deal with Carl Handwerk further back in third, trying to spoil the party. Cautions back out. Couple of drivers switching around on the timing further back. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it looks like a couple of cars might have been involved in this one. I think the 94 of Brock Varese might have been involved. We'll see if we can get any replay. Oh, there it is. It looks like the 94 down on the apron. Or in the grass, I should say. Oh, he definitely did spin on the front straightaway. How exactly did this one happen?
Looks like he got loose coming out of the turn. And then...
yeah, that is definitely what happened. And down into the grass he went. And so take you back live under caution. The 2 of Nick Nickerson now leads the way. Dylan McDonald in second. Eric Andrews third. Joshua Bolitter in fourth with Matt Crockett in fifth as a whole host of cars make their way down pit road. Willie Evernham in for the first time. Believe Covert, Metler all coming in for the first time. Thomas is in. Alan Slight was in. Gajewski in. Heisey in. Thompson in. Condas in. So multiple cars pitting for the first time tonight, grabbing that fuel. A lot of them grabbing tires as well. And they'll be back onto the pace lap. So strategy definitely going everywhere right now as they work on lap number 70 of 125. We'll take a quick break here on Racecraft TV. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, more green flag action in the Core Premier Series from Myrtle Beach.
We needed more.
More from our bodies.
More from our minds.
So we went on a mission.
To study the top level of performance across every competitive playing field.
To find what fuels the highest level of athletes, businessmen, and gamers.
Through intense trials across every competitive landscape, we found that there were 5 undeniable principles that help your body operate at the highest level of peak performance all the time.
Focus. The ability to visualize and execute with precision. Focus is the single most important component when it comes to performance.
We combined multiple choline sources, including alpha GPC, choline bitartrate, along with L-tyrosine to help boost mental performance.
Recovery.
We need to take you from 5% to 100% as fast as possible. Bounce back with nourishing BCAAs.
For body and mind. Energy.
Fuel to get the job done. Answer the bell with confidence that you'll be able to attack energy and intensity.
We mix a blend of instant and sustained release caffeine to light a fire with
300 milligrams of GO.
stamina.
The willpower to see it to the end.
But true stamina is coming back day after month.
Welcome back to the Myrtle Beach Speedway with the Core Premier Series live on Racecraft TV, and we're back underway. Green flag racing once again. The 2-car leads them back to the green flag, but caution's back out.
Definitely curious on what happened as we're going to go, I think, to a replay. It just looked like everyone just checked up immediately. So
Says handwork was involved in this. See if we can get a little bit further up. Oh my! He spun. This was before the green flag came out. So he spun in turn number 1, but then we have more issues. It looks like Covert, Butler, Evernham. What happened up here? So they're trying... oh, looks like that might have been an issue with the iRacing officiating system. They were supposed to be behind the pace car. So there was a timing error, and the caution was flown back out to make sure the timing was correct. So they're back double file, and it looks like the green was just held for 1 lap, and the Core Premier Series officials took over. So now we have a manual caution on the racetrack. We are technically under the green flag, but the Core Racing League officials holding the start just to make sure everybody is where they need to be and the positions are correct. And we're going to be going back to racing, and there it is. They get the green flag once again. Lap 75 of 125, and the 2 gets a great start. McDonald now going to have Eric Andrews to his inside. They're 2x2 for 4 rows as they go back into 1. They work the back straightaway once again into turns 3 and 4. And the 38 now trying to get a good gap, and he's trying to catch the leader. Caution's back out once again. David Castelli around. Huge damage for him. The 46 involved as well. The 43. Multiple lead cars involved in this incident coming out of turn 4. Jonathan Platt involved. They were 3 wide. Contact with Covert, and into the wall they went.
Probably, if not the biggest wreck of the night, as that's definitely going to take out a few cars here at Myrtle Beach. And, you know, seeing things like that can really suck because a lot of the drivers can't really come back. But we'll see who actually comes back, as it'll be very interesting because of all the damage that happened. And we are under caution with 77 laps in out of 125 here at Myrtle Beach.
This is another caution. I believe we're up to about 8 or 9 cautions on the night, as the 2 continues to work the lead currently. And he took it under that last caution after Platt came down pit road. So that put the 2 back up to the lead. But McDonald, Andrews, Crockett, and Allen, 4 cars that we have not really seen up front all night tonight. They're currently running up front, trying to get to the lead, but right now only 3 cars have held the lead all night tonight. Actually 2. It's Platt and the 2 of Nickerson. Now you remember Adam Jones earlier on tried to get the lead away from the 2 and he couldn't do it. Sorry, tried to get the lead away from the 43 and couldn't do it. So only 2 cars have held the lead so far tonight, and that's the 2 and the 43. We're still under caution, and we're closing in. It looks like when we go back to green, we're going to have 45 laps to go. And we'll have 81 down when we take the green flag once again. We're going to step away for some short breaks, but when we come back, more racing from the Core Premier Series at Myrtle Beach.
Welcome to our music festival, Mark. Welcome to our music festival, Mark.
Anytime you can have a product that can truly change someone's life, I think that's an incredibly powerful product. I can't tell you how long we put into research and development for this. Most liquid carnitine is around 1,500 milligrams. We have a 2,000 milligram blend of 4 different types of liquid carnitine. We also have GBB, so you're actually going to be burning fat after you consume this product. This is going to make you sweat. This is going to make you not want to stop. You are going to perform like you've never performed before, and I can promise you that.
Getting ready to go back to racing here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway, and we are already back underway. Double file restart. The 2 car leads him to the green flag. As Dylan McDonald going to have Eric Andrews to his inside. Andrews trying to take over second place in another throwback scheme. That number 9 Dodge, Mopar Dodge. Shades of Casey Kane. And around the outside goes McDonald. He's not giving up in the 38 as the 24 and the 10. That's Allen and Crockett go side by side further back. One car running up towards the wall. That looked like the 68 of Paul Butler. Yes, it was. As Willie Evernham goes by in the 19. He has a bit of front end damage. You can see that hood crunched up. But they continue to run. Lap number 83 now. The 2 leads the way. There's the 38, the 9, the 10. Huge stack up going on further back here. They're all running so close together down the back straightaway. I don't even know what this is about for. It's a battle for, looks like the entire back half of the top 10, but another caution is out on the track. Looks like it was an incident with David Castelli. What happened with the 6 car? Sorry, the 48. Looks like the 6 car might have been involved too. Oh, we got loose up on the top of the racetrack. Oh. Jordan, when you said the inside line is the preferred line because it's the shortest way around the track, it also is the one that's the most rubbered in. That outside line is not exactly preferred for the grip right now.
You know, definitely, as I'm starting to think that kind of sort of the middle of every turn would be your best bet now, because it's in the middle of what you want and what you don't want. And so, not really sure, but from what I've been watching, these drivers seem like they're mainly going tight, but also leaning for being in the middle. But sometimes the drivers get too close to the apron, and which causes them to just completely turn the car, as this is what this track is. So you got to be careful of what you're doing, and definitely be lenient of throttle and have use of brake going into them. But Nick Nickerson in the 2 car keeping it up strong in P1, followed by Dylan McDonald in the 38 car, as we are under caution here at Myrtle Beach.
We're working lap number 86 now. 40 laps to go here tonight. We previewed that top 3 in the points earlier on, and we want to follow up on that top 3 as they currently work on the racetrack. And there's their top 3. It's Mettler, Handwork, and Hamilton. Brandon Mettler currently is running in 24th as he got caught up in these cautions and caught up in a couple incidents as well. So he's running fairly further back, and he's going to come down pit road once again for more damage repair. So not a good night for the 15. And right now, as Carl Handwork runs, he runs in 8th in the number 18 car. He's looking to retake the points lead after tonight, as he is only 2 points behind. And with Mettler where he is right now, it's a great night for him. And then Christopher Hamilton running in the 6th spot. He's 2 spots ahead of Carl Handwork. Not enough to overtake Handwork as well as Mettler in the points lead, but right now, looks like Handwork's going to end up second. Handwork's going to end up first, and Hamilton end up second at the end of the night in the point standings as they continue to run on the racetrack. But the 2 car still leads the way, and the lights are going to go out on the iRacing.com pace car, and we're going back green this time by. And on this green flag, we're going to let you hear the sounds of the Myrtle Beach Speedway as we just give you nothing but the sounds of iRacing and these beautiful Arkham Menards Chevrolet Impala engines roaring around the Myrtle Beach Speedway. We're going to go on board with the 10 of Matt Crockett for the start here at Myrtle Beach. Lap number 89 of 125 of the Core Premier Series.
Green flag, green flag. Caution, yellow flag.
Oh, but immediately a caution comes out. Incidents further back. Belitter involved. Covert involved. Oh my, a huge pile up further back. 2 cars involved. That is Covert and Belitter up on the top of the racetrack. Unfortunate for both of them. It looks like they just got tangled up on the start. Oh, Belitter got loose. Well, welcome back to the Myrtle Beach Speedway. We apologize for the small amount of technical difficulties there. Had an iRacing crash happen and can't really exactly control those. So we're back here from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. So we're working lap number 99 of 125. They went back green for about 3 laps, and another incident happened on the racetrack, I believe, involving the 32 of Terry Condas. So now we're back under the yellow flag with the 2 cars still leading the way. Dylan McDonald in second, Matt Crockett third, Bennett Allen fourth, and Eric Andrews rounding out your top 5. But Jordan, time running out here in the Core Premier Series at Myrtle Beach, and considering that we only see these car and track combos once per season, we're seeing the Arca Menard Series Chevrolet Impalas at Myrtle Beach tonight. Next week it is going to be a completely different set of cars and tracks as we head into the Global Mazdas at the Auto Club Road Course. Then the Monte Carlo at New Hampshire, Pro 2 Lights at Bristol, Pontiac Solstice at Richmond, Cadillac CTS at Talladega, and more insane car track combos. But as we continue to work through this, these guys really are running out of time. At a short track, it looks like we're going to go green with about 25 to go. That's not a lot of time, considering especially that we're currently working lap 100, and we have only run a handful of green flag runs. I believe the longest green flag run we've had is around 7 or 8 laps. Time is running out for these guys. And they continue to work onto the back straightaway. Under caution, lap 101 out of 125 in tonight's race. And the 2 of Nickerson looking to try and capitalize on the opportunity he has, as his main 2 rivals that he was racing with tonight are pretty far down the order. Handwork currently sits in 7th, and it looks like Handwork was really one of the battles that he had with the 9 car. He was able to rally up there, but Jonathan Platt, who led most of the first half of the race, is sitting back in 15th. Not exactly where he wants to be, and he's going to try and work his way back up towards the front here tonight. But we are looking to go back to racing once again. The 2 car leads him to the green, 38 on the outside. And we are now back underway. Good start for the 2 car. He leads the way, but the 38, Dylan McDonald, has rivals behind him. The 10 of Matt Crockett, the 24 of Bennett Allen, side by side. Here comes Christopher Hamilton. He's currently running in 5th. He's trying to rival the top 4. Some contact between the 10 and the 24 up ahead.
A lot of these drivers are getting really close as it's winding down to the final few laps of the race here at Myrtle Beach. You know, Nickerson in the 2 car is just gone going into turn 3 and 4, as everyone's just playing catch up at this point.
Oh, contact Hamilton and Matt Crockett!
And we're going to stay green. Oh, but a huge wreck in the back.
Oh my, so many cars involved. I'm counting 4, 5, 6 with damage. Gajewski has damage. Covert damage. Jones damage. The 21 of Heisey has damage.
You can just see all the parts scattered all through turns 3 and 4, as that is going to bring out a caution once again here at Myrtle Beach. And, you know, a lot of great racing here tonight.
Dan Heisey in the 21 involved in this. We'll take a look at that replay. But that was a huge incident going down into the corner. We'll see exactly what we can see out of that incident, and you can see it starting right there. And we'll take a look at really what happened. We're going back about a lap ahead. And they were already getting pretty racy further back, and they've been like this all night. And you can see Platt in the 43 going to the inside of the 36 of Josh Gajewski. He backs out of it up at the top, but I think this might have started with the 15, the 02 up ahead. That was Mark Thomas and Alan Slight. And we'll grab another replay, and the 02 had to get on the brakes immensely quick. And that stacked up all the cars behind him. It was the 68 up in front of him of Paul Butler, and the 02 had to slam on the brakes. And that caused a huge pile up further back. Unfortunate circumstances for all of those cars, as we're now working back behind the iRacing.com pace car. 108 laps complete, nearing the end of this race. The 2 car of Nickerson continues to lead the way. Will he be able to put it all together, though? That's the main question, as we still are working behind the pace car. Nobody coming down pit lane. So we're going to take a quick break here on Racecraft TV. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going commercial free all the way to the checkered flag. So don't go anywhere. You're watching the Core Premier Series live on Racecraft TV from the Myrtle Beach Speedway.
We needed more.
More from our bodies.
More from our minds.
So we went on a mission.
To study the top level of performance across every competitive playing field.
To find what fuels the highest level of athletes, businessmen, and gamers.
Through intense trials across every competitive landscape, we found that there were 5 undeniable principles that help your body operate at the highest level of peak performance all the time.
Focus. The ability to visualize and execute with precision. Focus is the single most important component when it comes to performance.
We combined multiple choline sources, including alpha GPC, choline bitartrate, along with L-tyrosine to help boost mental performance.
Recovery.
We need to take you from 5% to 100% as fast as possible. Bounce back with nourishing BCAAs.
For body and mind. Energy.
Fuel to get the job done. Answer the bell with confidence that you'll be able to attack with energy.
Heading back green here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. The 2 of Nick Nickerson leads the way. Dylan McDonald in second. Bennett Allen in third. Another great start for the 2. He gets in. Great jump out in front. 15 laps to go for Myrtle Beach. 2 by 2 most of the way back. Oh, another yellow flag on the racetrack. Who is it this time? The 21 up into the wall. That's Dan Heisey. Wondering what exactly happened with Dan Heisey in the 21. We'll take a look at a replay. He got stuck up on the wall. I'm not exactly sure how. Let's go on board. But one way or another, he ended up into the wall. Did he get loose on the outside? No, it was damage from behind. That was the 55 car of Michael Campbell. Take a look at it once again. There's Michael Campbell. Oh no, it was the 14 of Covert going down to the inside of Campbell that pushed him up into the 21. Nowhere for Dan Heisey to go. There's the contact. And Dan Heisey looks like he got the worst out of all of them and getting stopped up by the wall and sideways. Definitely not what Heisey wanted out of this race, and we're nearing the end of this race now, Jordan. And with all the cautions that we've seen, I wouldn't doubt that we're going to end up going into overtime at some point. But if we do go into overtime, what are these guys in second, third, fourth, fifth willing to do? Because it's Allen, McDonald, Crockett, and Andrews. They're all chasing Nick Nickerson in the 2 right now. Are they going to be able to get by him? Because he's getting such great restarts every time we drop the green flag.
You know, all I can think of is them just pushing to hopefully make up some position and some ground on the 2 car of Nick Nickerson. And at the end of this race, if we do go into overtime, I once again can see a massive wreck as we just saw. And, you know, a lot of great racing here tonight, but also a lot of cautions, which puts out a lot of drivers. So we are still under caution here at Myrtle Beach.
Actually, Jordan, we've had a bit of a development, as it looks like. So if for anybody that doesn't know, the way iRacing league and hosted sessions are made is that you have to set a time limit for the race. That is basically either the laps run all the way down to the last lap, or the time runs out. And the time has run out on this race session. So I'm not 100% sure what the officials are going to do, as the time is up, and it looks like the officials are going to manually put back out the green flag. But as you can see by our scoring box, it does say finish, so I'm not sure if the officials are going to run these laps down or if we're going to be finishing where they are currently on the racetrack, because this was such an interesting development. It looks like we are going to finish where they are. So the 2-car, Nick Nickerson, is going to take the win of this race. He's doing celebratory burnouts on the front straightaway. We didn't make it the scheduled distance, and we got held up by time. So that means the 2 is going to walk away into victory lane tonight. What a development tonight, Jordan, as we run out of time on the session, and we don't even make it all the 125 laps.
Definitely one of the first times I've even seen that, so very weird. And, you know, congratulations to Nick Nickerson in the 2-car. Kept it strong the whole race, and, you know, a lot of hard work pays off near the end, and he came out on top.
We'll grab an interview with him when we can, but right now, we're taking a look at the full results from tonight's race. And that 2-car of Nick Nickerson, fast when it counted, and he grabs the win. Bennett Allen in second, Dylan McDonald third, Matt Crockett fourth, with Eric Andrews rounding out your top 5. With Carl Handwork, Willie Evernham, Kevin Foster, Christopher Hamilton, and Jonathan Platt rounding out your top 10. Paul Butler in 11th, Mason Smith in 12th, Derek Sherman 13th, Patrick Cooney 14th, with Brandon Metler rounding out your top 15. Jimmy Covert 16th, John Crane 17th, 18th is Dan Heisey, 19th Tim Thompson, with Alan Slight rounding out your top 20. Mark Thomas, Joshua Belitter, Adam Jones, Michael Campbell, Josh Gajewski, Dave Lohr, Terry Condas, and David Castelli round out your entire field in what is nothing short of an interesting race here from Myrtle Beach. As we don't make it the entire scheduled distance, we have to then go to the time limit that unfortunately hindered us from going the entire way, but we do have your winner waiting for us in the waiting room, and we're going to bring him up here in a moment. But Jordan, just nothing short of an interesting race, as we don't even make it the entire scheduled distance. We get held up by time, but a lot of great battles throughout the field so far tonight.
You know, definitely probably one of the weirdest iRacing races I've ever watched, ever, in the whole time I've actually even known about the simulator. And, you know, like you said, running out of time, it's the first time it's even happened to me, and first time I've experienced it. So definitely really weird. And once again, like you said, lots and lots of good battles here at Myrtle Beach. And I'm looking forward to next week, or tomorrow night actually. And, you know, just very excited, as a lot of these drivers are really, really consistent when they come to racing.
Well, it's time for an interview with your winner, the 2-car, Nick Nickerson. Welcome to the Racecraft TV booth, and just start with that interesting finish. Were you watching the time limit? Were you expecting it to run out, or were you expecting to go back green and race all the way to 125?
Well, you know, I was kind of expecting us to run the entire 125. I didn't think we would get caution after caution like that towards the end. You know, it's kind of a mess, but yeah, it all worked out. You know, I pit early, trying to get fresher tires, hoping that I would be able to leapfrog most of the field and get back up to the top 5 and be on fresher tires and run the rest of the race under green. But either way, I guess it still worked out for me.
And you talked about pitting early. How important was that to the win tonight? Because we saw you with a dominant car, but it just doesn't seem like you were able to get by Jonathan Platt. But during that caution, when he came down pit road, you assumed the lead and nobody was even able to touch you from there. Was that what you were expecting to happen, or were you expecting a more of a battle for the lead with Handwork and a couple other cars that were able to rival you towards the end there?
Well, I was for my original strategy, for it to work, I didn't want the, you know, Platt and Carl and Adam to pit. I was hoping I would go green for the rest of the race. And, you know, I can be on fresher tires than them and then catch up and pass easily, or more easy than it would be if we're on equal tires. But when they pit, I was kind of worried, because if it did go green, they probably would have caught up to me. But fortunately for me, they got caught up in incidents, and there was a bunch of yellows, and nobody could line me up for a pass.
Now, as we exit Myrtle Beach and we continue with the Core Premier Series, the next place we're heading is the Global Mazdas at the Auto Club Speedway Road Course. How good are you at that road racing, and are you going to be able to, get those points back? Because it's an interesting racetrack and interesting cars, to say the least.
Yeah, road racing is kind of my thing, so I feel pretty good. However, there are a couple guys that might have a little bit stronger hands in the Mazda MX-5, since it's not something I necessarily race very often. I know Chris Hamilton, I guess he works at this track, so he knows like little ins and outs of it. He might know a couple things that I don't, so we'll just have to see. It's going to be a good race, I think, though.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here in the booth. Anyone else you'd like to thank here on Racecraft TV?
And just Carl and, Willie for putting on this race. Sorry it kind of turned out the way it was, but I appreciate everybody that has a hand in this league, and I appreciate you for putting on the broadcast, man.
Thank you very much. That was your winner, Nick Nickerson, in the 2, and that is going to do it for us here on Racecraft TV. We thank you all for joining us tonight for the Core Premier Series. Join us tomorrow night. It's the Core Vintage Series as we move on in that calendar. For Jordan Hicks, I am Joshua Lee. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We hope to see you for another Racecraft TV broadcast. We're saying good night from Myrtle Beach.